How you doing, guys? This is Robert Stanson with TISP Research and Development. I gotta get some new t-shirts. I've been wearing my sonic gear throughout the month, and it's been amazing. Actually, the wax starts draining out of your ears because when you get sonic ear, even Ozzy Osbourne tells you this through his music, about the sonic ear and this and that and here and there. And but what I've done is I took these X-ray glasses, and I mean, you see my other videos, but what I did right here is they would hit, from the damage that I put right here and back here from it rubbing without me putting a rubber piece back here. I don't know if you see it, but from my earbuds. Earbuds, the small ones, you slide it on the clip on, and it pads it back there. But the damage is already done. But when constantly. I get hit constantly with sonic ear, and they're hitting me right now. And what I did is I put these. You can find these at Michael's. They're brass, and it really brings down and mitigates the freaking pain when it goes in the ear lobe, when it just hits the nerve endings, and it'll transfer to the side of your head, and it gets annoying after a while. But these things, you can find these at Michael's, and you just bend them towards your ear. And see, the thing about this as well, not only that it reduces the pain to your nerve endings. And that's if you damage your ear like I did, because I was testing different ways to. I did leather that would wrap and tie in there, and it just cut a freaking groove inside my ear. But the benefits from getting away from these frequencies, these sonic ears. Why do you think most? I haven't had a headache in over like 3 years, and almost a little under 3 years. I haven't had sonic ear. I haven't had headaches, and pain in my head and stuff like that. No migraines. I get sinuses. My sinuses start getting crazy. My body rejects the chemtrails that are up there. It's just that stuff is no good. I'm actually taking Corella, which really helps, and that way I don't have to wear the respirator the whole time. But I see a lot of people in LA wearing them, so I should have asked them, hit them up, hey, why are you wearing that? Me too. But anyways, I take this sometimes, depending on the area, like if I'm in LA or whatever. And right now, the mountains are about 15 miles away. You can barely see them. It's not because it's cold in winter. Oh, and the planes have been going spraying. I'm like, wow. And then I even had some people that hit a guy that they got in his head so bad he was running around the freeway trying to jump in the car and get out of there. But they thought he was on drugs. He was like, oh, and I was like, wow. I wonder why, Well, anyways, I've been taking that, but yes, it's beautiful. But I could tell when they're hitting, because normally I'll be driving, like if I'm driving to San Diego or LA, they would make me really tired. Really just. I'm just like, oh gosh. And then having to take a deep breath, and then I even felt possible anxieties getting hit right here. As you well know, I've been testing out this silver breastplate as far as like heart damage or heart palpitation, because they hit constantly in my heart region. And it deflects. It does not go to my heart, and anything that when you look up the metaphysical properties of silver and brass, because my whole back plate is brass. Here, let me pull it up right here for you guys. I haven't taken a pain med for my back because they like to come right in my back, and I haven't taken a pain med in wow, about a month and a half. My back, I've been healing my back. They've been hitting me. Of course, I've got a sore on the side, but it's from it rubbing from the plate. And that's all brass, mixed with copper and stuff like that, but mostly brass. And brass brings that metaphysical healing and courage and a healing in your body, as well as the silver. And and look, you can't even tell some of my clothes or anything. Of course, maybe a little bit, but I could curve them a little bit, but it's not really much where you could tell. And actually, I went to a Slayer concert, and I went through security with my cup. I went through security with my shielding, my whole freaking armor up here, and my ears and my hat, and stuff. I got it right here, but you guys probably haven't seen my face in so long, but yeah, it's been kind of rough, but I'm trying to put my shielding together and then draw a lawsuit, and then take that lawsuit from these revenge companies, and then get a lot of us TIs that can't get out of the house, that can't do anything, can't afford anything, to get them free shielding, and help some of these people so they can get back on their feet. See, a lot of times people hire these companies, and basically they sit underneath the veil of the security companies, or these security companies, Homeland Security or whatnot, freaking went under that veil, and they said, oh yeah, it's a good idea, hey, we can make some money off this, and hey, just like the Egyptians did, and it's like, this technology, just like the Egyptians did, where the military, these are ex-military too as well, ham radio operators, those people are in that community. I know they gotta be, because you could send a frequency and get in someone's head, and as far as like scan for the frequency that's coming off of our brains and our, from us thinking, through an application, and they could bounce the signal and reach China. He just bounced off the hemisphere, and then get to that person, find that person, and just, our frequencies and stuff like that's been going on, forever, and a lot of these companies, what they did is they let these people in the veil, and they were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna let my family in, and daughter or son, and this and that, and here, family and friends or whatnot, and they're like, they created these gangs, and trying to be like gods, and at the same time, they if you bump into someone on the street, it's like location. I live in San Diego, and I had two people move in. One guy said he was a contractor, and I figured construction or whatnot, but the guy never left, and he always dressed clean, he had a truck, but either he didn't have a work truck or he didn't have any of that stuff. And the girl that moved next to me, she said she was a nurse, but she never left, and now, I gotta hear these people, all the time. The frequency ear shielding, it minimizes the V2K, but the one thing you gotta remember is one thing. See, I can tell they're sending frequencies through my eyes, and as you can tell, like frequency, I call it drunk ass frequency or frequency crack. But I put this bad boy on right here because it wears you down, and there's some frequencies that they even hallucinative frequencies, and it depends on where you're at. If you're driving, ooh yeah, ooh, I look like a WWF guy. Anyways, and they'll make you feel drunk like right now. You know, it's a big relief when I put these on. It's like, because they cram those sonic ears and bop, 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 you know, and you guys got to shield your brain. You know, it may not be hip or anything like that, but I mean, look at the old days. You know, they're wearing them for a reason. For most part, a big reason. I've got this cowboy hat I'm gonna be getting, or that I got that I want to mold some metal or some moon metal to make me another cap for that. But this guy, I wear this everywhere, and it's like I'm gonna have a line of caps. You'll be amazed. Excuse me. You know, these people underneath this veil, because the government figures if they hire security companies for homeland security, stuff like that up there, they're supposed to be looking for terrorists. But they'll create them. Gun laws. These are mercenaries for hire. And I mean, if you got a guy that's got a huge ass antenna, you know, at his house, or they'll put it on someone else, so just in case that's the fall guy, you know, and so they'll pick off the signal from his antenna, and then if you see a guy with a huge rack full, I mean, just freaking lighting up, you know, with a computer and just a whole motherboard of freaking just a rack of them, you might be wondering what he's really doing in the back scene. You know, my chick tried to claim, that's for his ham radio, and I look up ham radio, and it's just this little box, you know, this little box, ham radio. Yeah, and then he goes, oh, he doesn't have it no more. I didn't see it. Oh, I didn't ask. Are you covering? Are you fucking covering? You know what I mean? What's really going on? But anyways, you know, I mean, it is what it is. I'll get down to the bottom of it because, I mean, it's just like Dio says, you know, it's probably someone you know. You know, revenge or whatnot, and they'll try to set you up and all kinds of things and ruin your life and stuff like that. But me, I'm just a smooth cat. You know, I just, you know, I mean, you got to know how to govern your own self and take care of people and handle your own. I mean, if you're out there running amok and being a punk or whatever, then, I mean, you know, it's going to catch up. But I want to say something about the chemtrails and these global warming and geoengineering and climate change. No, that's because of man. You know, these chemtrails, you may think like, oh, that's just calm trails. I mean, you got to understand, even if you do know, chemtrails, I mean, that gets in it slows everything down. Look at this. I mean, look at that. I mean, look how that cluster, look how much it just that aluminum, it dries you out. It kinks up your brain waves. And I feel it sometimes when I'm in San Diego. I'm laying there and I'm like, I want to get out of bed. I got to go pee. Oh, you know, it's like, and then I'll fall, and they'll put me to sleep, and I'll fall asleep again, and it's like, next you know, I barely get up in the afternoon. I get up at 6 a.m. here. You know, when I'm out there, it's so saturated because the moisture and the moisture from the ocean and it just all comes together. Excuse me, and it holds the chemtrails in, that moisture does, and because it's just sucking it dry up there, and then it gets humid, and then when you get humidity, and then you start drying up, and your breathing is you know, it's short breathing or whatnot. You're getting exposed to chemtrails, and they go, oh, it's melting the ice caps, the sun or whatever. No, it's supposed to melt it with the radiation, creating oxygen, And these chemtrails with the humidity, it creates the humidity, and then that's when you got glaciers falling into the ocean. You know, see, these people don't want to let go of their power. You know, they had to have known the damages, and you got people in our government that's just going, oh, keep on spraying, boys. Certainly, I'll sign right there. Yeah, okay. All right, if that's what you say it does. You know, because they'll make it look pretty in the first 2 paragraphs or whatnot. Chemtrails are global warming. And oh, that's why, excellent. Check, let me sign right here. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's the problem, is even with today's society, is that, you know, nobody reads the fine print. Nobody reads what else that they got on there, you know. And they use that double speak, that trickery and stuff like that. And you'll get a president, or you get, you know, like Obama did, you know, oh, Patriot Act? Well, you know, gotta get them terrorists. Hell no. And he was, let's back up the bankers. You know, it just, you know, these people are just looting, you know, and taking from us. And you know, you got the poor, you got the middle class, you got the, you know, every single one of you, just every single one of us that are breathing this air on a day-to-day basis is subjected to their control and their manipulation, as well as blinding you. And if you bump into one of them, you're fucked. You know, and, you know, or if you piss someone off, or they decide they don't like the way you act, you know, and if they push this new world order thing, oh, it's gonna get worse and worse and worse. And when you people go, oh, what can we do? You know, yeah, there's a lot that we could do. Band together, because they're separating us. Think about it, you know. Think about it. Just start thinking about the way things used to be. So I'm 44 right now, and I mean, even now I get carded, but you know, the way things used to be, I mean, you would have a neighbor's wife going, oh my God, Henry, what is he doing over there? You know, oh my gosh, I just got to get in his business, motherfucker. And you know, and then you get the husband going, dear, get your ass back in the kitchen, leave that man alone. You know, it's none of our business. You know, and I mean, that's the way it used to be. And then, you know, the neighbors used to talk and all that good stuff. Kids were playing out and everything. Kids are inside now, video games and stuff like that, you know, and on drones and stuff, and just haven't even learned anything really, and then that's how you get men acting like women, and that's what I hear with V2K, is just bitching. You know, there ain't nothing of my life that these people need to know about me or what I'm doing, who I'm with. And it's just nobody's fucking business, and they have not even inkling of righteousness, of anything of any sort. You know, they're just clueless up there, and they're just flexing their power. You know, and when they get someone and they treat me like a dissident and stuff like that, it's like, you don't know what you're doing, you know, and all this bullshit, you know, and freaking, you know, oh, you stay away from her, you know, and this and that. I'm like, what? You know, who the fuck are you? You know, oh, God, oh, you know, and it's like, what? No, you're not. No, you're not. You're just up there playing God, you know? And that's what these people are doing. You know, you're in the heavy metal and everything. And it's just truth. You know, I mean, that's why they're pushing so much before, going, oh, rock and roll's the devil music. You know, you listen to Sepultura, Slayer, freaking Ozzy Osbourne, Dio, freaking Megadeth especially, you know, and Dio, you know, I mean, you start to, like, really learn, and that's how you find out what's going on in the back scene, because heavy metal, rock and roll will never lie to you, you know, but all that other stuff, the pop stuff, is just trying to get you, like freaking, all right, fucking drinking and smoking that weed and stuff, you know, and just really getting our minds twisted and all about money, money this, money that. Fuck the other person. Uh, 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 revenge, revenge for money is is good money to spend, or some shit like that. That's why I don't listen to rap music and then country music. I mean, it doesn't really have anything, pliable to today's society or anything. It's just like, damn woman, tune the back key, my heart is cold. Shit like that. I mean, hey, I was in that scene for a little bit, but, I mean, I just like riding, and then a couple cowgirls here and there, I mean, anyways, but yeah, these glasses are amazing. Those glasses that I tested out, are freaking beautiful. I'm waiting for the other pair for the new Sonic Gear. Of course, they're about $600. These are adequate, but not all the way as far as like the radiation. The ones I custom made are beautiful. These ones right here, they flip up for a clear so you can see during the day. I love them because I got a little geek in me, and they're way cool. I mean, they're adequate. They're adequate. Of course, they're about $300. But I just had to test something. That's what I'm here for, is just to test and make sure that everybody has an idea of what they're dealing with. And if you're unable to function and stuff like that, and there's a reason for it. Sonic Gear through the eyes, through the brain, and you breathing that shit out there. My next project is I still got some Moo Metal caps I got to make for my clients. I just got material, but I'm gonna be doing an oxygen rebreather, and it'll be a backpack you wear in the back, and then I'll have something that just goes over right here, like a hard plastic. You just breathe air or whatnot. That way you have oxygen, and it will convert that junk outside into pure oxygen. And so, hopefully that'll work out. Let's see if there's anything else to touch base. Yeah, okay, like for me, like, it's just, whoever's up there, and they're just sitting up there and open up a nice little slot for these younger age people just to run amok. It's got to be military, military kids, military brats. Who knows? Just people in these families and stuff like that. And what I picked up is that, they have this control, they have this thing, like they have everything planned, and they've been manipulating, getting chemtrails put out there and saying it's for global warming, this and that. I mean, that's nice and slick. They got HARP, sending out frequencies and manipulation and HARP to keep them up and everything. And then they got those collateral magnets and magnetron thing out there, wherever the heck it says. I can't remember where it's at. They have that one. And CERN, yeah, and CERN's got to be using the Tesla idea. Of course, they're trying to say one thing, when in actuality, they're giving free energy to a certain level in the sky, and then they really pound it in us with the runoff energy from that's coming through our walls. Excuse me. Coming through our walls, and it's giving off that negative energy that's running off, and it sits between the drywall, because I can look at the power lines and see it going, and it's about this wide, 2 feet up and down. So imagine runoff energy, and it's not properly shielded and then grounded to the earth. That's why it's much harder to deal with this inside a house. I mean, here, the way I have it, I'm shielded, it's easier to deal with. I turn off the Wi-Fi, unplug it, and I felt it, because now I can feel when they're hitting me. I can feel the level of it, intensity, where they're hitting me, and different attacks. And I can feel grounding. I can feel the energy just flow through my body to the ground. And then I can feel, but that energy runs between the drywalls. I'm sorry, went off topic. And then it runs to the drywall, and then you have a wall of energy. And when they send a frequency wave, sonic wave to you, it pushes that energy, it catapults it. And that's why you're like, oh, and it intensifies. It's like, oh, and that Wi-Fi flying around in your house. Oh, it's really centralized, And when you're outside, you're like, a little better. But when you're barefoot, even better. And when you get more in touch with Mother Earth, and this is why they took us, in shoes and off our feet and everything. I mean, it's just, if you really put the pieces all together, this was pre-planned. Just like the Bible, not pre-planned. That was just so, because they did what would the population be at a certain time, and they're at a point where people are going to be discovering a lot more about the control Bible and the control frequencies and the control and everything else, and how much our government is just fucking, to the rest of us, sold us out. Wow. If things turn a different freaking tide for all of us and we come together, I mean, I'm telling you, there's going to be like this big hollow tube, nice and sharpened on one end and on a huge spring, and you just drop the hammer, bop, and that freaking, and literally, that person be up against steel, fire and iron, be up against the steel and just poof, rip their hearts out. And then they'll be sitting there and their head go, the blood to drain out and go, poof. And then they'll see that they have no fucking heart. That's what they do to us. They have no heart for us. They don't care. They don't care who has the money. Like, they got the money, so, let me put this in my pocket. Get a big house. Who cares about those people? Peasants, slaves, but we're not. We're a free society. Don't be giving us a free society ticket and stab us in the back. What's going on? We're gonna lose our freaking our amendments. We're gonna lose our freaking constitution. We're gonna lose our rights. By letting this new world order pull through. People, we gotta stop it. Because if you think that they're just torturing dissidents or whatnot, or addicts or whatever, freaking, you're wrong. You bump into them wrong, you're getting targeted. But I can shield you. You can shield yourself. And the number one thing to remember is that you're not safe from this. Just because they're doing it to someone else and they're not doing it to you doesn't mean they're gonna go after you next. Think about it in your head. Trust me. They're a depopulation. What is that? 92.54% in the depop. That's a lot. That leaves about 7%. It's about 7-something%. And there's 67 billion on Earth. Think about that, And that 7%, where's that 7% coming from? Is it them? I know it ain't us. And the different things that I've learned from these people and what they can do to a person, make them think and believe whatever in different, any kind of scenario that they feel choose, and then send a frequency of a freaking hallucinogen, and where you see things awkward and you're thinking someone's attacking and they're not, and next you know you get a killing field. Hey, it could happen. It could be many things. I mean, come on. I mean, that's a lot of people to feed. While they're feeding us this food with poisons, Who says that those food companies aren't with them? And on top of that, who doesn't say that they would cut us off at any given time, and then we have to fend for ourselves? And majority of us, especially even me, are not self-sustained. And when you're not self-sustained and you're starving and you got people, and it's just like The Walking Dead, you got people feeding off of people. You got that today because there's no industry or jobs. Think about it. You think that these people would fight for industry and jobs, but no, they go to the next level of thievery and trying to steal from others and stuff. Because I've seen it on the street. Why wouldn't you say that they would do the same thing at a different level up there? Because they tried it on me. In many ways. People pull things out. They attacked me and they wanted me out because they thought I was worth $10 million, and then come out humble, and then put it on her so where she gets the money. And this is just off the top of my head, but it just seems kind of just close to possibilities. And she would have the money, and they would torture her, and she'll be like, "Oh, here you go." That's just one scenario, because I've seen them scan people's houses, scan people's brains. They scan their brains to see what they're worth, and this and that, and here and there, and this and that, and then roll them, whatever. Why not? That's how criminal mentality is. I researched this stuff, and I've been watching people all my life. And it's just people's behaviors to times like this is peril and just really disgusting and really fucked up fucking little culture they got up there, and they, really, really what they do to women and stuff like that, and what they do this and that and here and there, it's guys too. They'll torture them and stuff like that, and down there, and women, they'll torture them and rape them, and it's just like, and these poor women don't have any control over it, but someone behind that screen, neuromonitoring these people, he's got their pants down like a sick person, and it's just, when you think of it in that kind of sense, you're kind of going, wow, fucking dirty motherfuckers. And then they go after certain people, and it's like they're creating a facade to, like, look at him. Don't look at what I'm doing. I'm a good person. The back scenes. Yeah, think about that. All right, guys, but that's about it. I just want to let you know the sonic ear is beautiful, and I added brass, to run around the ear, and then it really cuts down on any nerve pain in my ear. I want to get a CNC machine / freaking something that I can make parts and make something that really fits in here, covers the back and stuff like that with a little brass in it. And it's like, I got to figure this stuff out, but I got to get on my website and really put that thing together. But because I have shielding for everything, so much love. TISP Research and Development out.